Hello, my Evilites. Eve here. This is Evie Wishes, also known as Eve Wishes, but you can just call me Eve. And I'm back, black back to be I just can't talk today. I'm back to playing Clan Generator. So I am back with this. Okay, so yep, I still have to do a patrol. First, let's see. Okay, you have 4 kids. One of them died, and you still have, but you still have Nimble Kit. Um. Oh yeah, I want to check out Carlotta's. Where's Carlotta? There's so many. Oh, there. Okay. Okay, their family tree. Oh, Jasmine Kit. And of course, you're starting to like Greenier. Who hasn't liked Greenier? Well, I don't want to see what triggered this. Um, these cats. So far it looks like to be a crash. Okay, let's add you in. Time to go herb gathering. Greenier has to attend to one of his grimmer jobs as a medicine cat. The grounds where Eve Clan goes to mourn their dead now need to be tended to. He's bringing along Crystal Paw as his assistant for this trip, and 2 cats head out in relative silence. Even though there's nothing about this place that's different except for it being chosen to be in a peaceful spot, Greenier always feels that the grief and love their clanmates express here has seeped into every corner. Greenier and Crystal Paw tidy the grounds, collecting rosemary as they work. It feels appropriate for the plant to grow here, and when its herbs are used to hide the scent of death. In the leaf-bare snow, the chances of finding any usable daisies seem slim. Whistlestep hesitates. Should he even try to look? And is bringing Shaded Paw a good idea? Well, now I don't know. Uh, 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 with the number of medicine cats. Hold on, let me see. Medicine cat then. Okay. Your medicine cats can care for a clan up to 75 members, including themselves. The herbs are. Okay. I don't want to risk it, so I'm going to say do not proceed. He has second thoughts leaving his patients behind, especially with him also bringing his apprentice, and decides to go another day. Okay. While searching for some specific herbs, Pepperglow is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. Okay. Proceed. Pepperglow follows the strange sounds on the wind and finds the bodies of an unknown queen with their kids beside them. Slowly growing cold, Brave Cackle goes back to camp and help bringing their bodies back to camp to pay respects. Your clan's reputation towards outsiders has to remain neutral. Oh dear. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's go. Wait. Okay. Hunting. The patrol comes across a large rat. It's too busy digging around in a frozen pile of foul two-legged crow food to notice the approaching patrol. Oh man, do I want to risk this? Proceed. Carlotta drops into the perfect hunter's crouch and slowly creeps closer. They suddenly hiss loudly, scaring the rat away and startling their clanmates. Carlotta explains crossly that the rat was carrying a foul, sickly sweet scent on its breath. It would have been poison in any cat that bit it. Oh. Training. Go on patrol. Gathering together to train, Sunny Lotus notices that some of the other cats in the training ring are starting without warming up properly. Whoa, 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 everyone, let's stop. Let's go back to basics. Proceed. Legpaw argues back at her. Is Sunny Lotus really going to turn this into a lesson on stretching? But yes, absolutely she is. Training without limbering up beforehand can result in pointless injuries and mouse brain mistakes. Sunny Lotus isn't letting that happen on her watch. Hey! Okay. Okay. Training. It's an old, important lesson. The apprentices are brought out to a valley, one side steep, one shallow. The patrol settles on the shallow side, and the young cats are asked to study the clumped snow on the sharp wall across from them. Today they will learn of avalanches. The apprentices immediately start daring each other to go over and poke at the precarious snow. Hyena's disapproving Tempest Spot cancels the lesson and sets them to cleaning the dirt place instead. Okay, yeah. Don't blame you there. Let's. Oh, I know. Asical Mask is the leader of the training group today and considers himself a good choice for the role. He's skilled at explaining things, which is especially beneficial for apprentices. If you can get them to listen, that is. Rhinepaw starts making trouble at the back of the patrol as soon as it's clear that Icicle Mask is here to impart a philosophical lesson instead of teaching them something useful. Okay. Border Patrol. As the patrol is making the border lines, a gang of rogues strides confidently out from behind a tumble of rocks, yowling as they confront the clan cats. patrol descends into battle without a second thought and eventually driving the rogues away. Okay. Uh, let's do hunting. Despite the snow, the patrol manages to hunt successfully, lurking where those songbirds forage. Only a couple, but in this season, that's more than enough to count as a success. As Wolfstock leads the way home, a sense of security and competence drives them onwards. Okay. So far, everyone is an ally. Uh, I think I want to see what happens if I chose not to do anything in particular with any of the clans. Oh no. Knowing that the clan needed someone to mediate their problems, Lockheed decided to become a mediator apprentice. He earns his apprentice name Logpaw and is given silent spots to mentor him. Moralpaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has been made an apprentice. Newly made apprentice Snowpaw touches noses with our new mentor Stork Screech. Upaw excitedly touches noses with his new mentor Dandelion Rain, looking quite eager to start training. Okay? Sunspot spot a litter of 2 kids back to camp but refuse to talk about their origin. What? Badfur was seen chasing Kitty Pie off the territory. The clan has encountered Luxio. Luxio? As in the Pokemon? Carlotta and Hollyhock Card had a huge fight and broke up. Oh dear. Carlotta's rejection of Hollyhock Card was very public. Everyone's still feeling awkward about it. Oh dear. Snowpaw received a present, moth wings, from Stagpetal and decided to keep it with her on her pelt. Aw. EveClan does not have enough healthy menacing cats. But look at Wyckoff has Pepper Glow has gotten wing call. Oh dear. Crystal Paw has gotten green cough. Everyone is getting. Lake Paw was bitten by a snake and miraculously survived. Miss Paw has recovered from my cough. Shaded Paw woke up with a mild headache but went about his day anyway, trying to ignore the nagging pain. Dawn Paw is no longer coughing and sputtering, but her case of green cough now cured. Okay. Okay. So they've broken up. Oh dear. And is still grieving. Okay. Hold on. Let's see the 2 newborn kits. Weed kit and blue kit. Um. I'm gonna change your name because nothing about you looks blue. Flame Kit. Yeah, seems better. Okay. So let's see. Um, hmm. So 1, 2. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We don't have enough medicine cats. Uh, apparently, because we are overpopulated. Okay. Carrots made common works and cooked in the cheese. And being nested alert, rebellious, quick-witted, and confident picking nester, lonesome picking nest picker, builder. History, confident words. Still. Oh, that's cute. That is very cute. Um. Okay, restless sleeper. Okay. Oh wait. Stack pedal. So Mavid play fighter. Anyone? Okay. Let's see. Who would make a good medicine cat? Flame Daisy. So I'm gonna consider Flame Daisy because he's compassionate. And Sunny Lotus, maybe Sunny Lotus because she has a deep Star Clan bond. And let's see. Nope. You know what? Bad fair. I'm gonna switch you back to being a menacing cat. Hmm. You know what? I will make you a menacing cat. See relationships. Hmm. Hmm. Do you like anyone, Model Hale? You still like silent spots? Okay. Time for patrol. Okay. On patrol, the Green Ear and Badfur take a look at their dwindling supply of herbs and decide to combine their efforts into searching for more. Both Green Ear and Badfur are tense, and it shows. Even though it shouldn't be this hard to find any herbs, they fail to find even a single one. They return. Okay. Flame Daisy and go on patrol. Flame Daisy leads a patrol out to explore Eve Clan's territory and bring back any herbs he can spot. His whiskers want to twitch with every raindrop that hits them, but the clan doesn't have the luxury to sit inside away from the weather. The entire patrol mutely agrees to grit their teeth and bear it, but that doesn't stop the relief everyone feels when they settle into their nest to dry off. A rather motley assortment of herbs refreshing the medicine cat den stock. Okay. And Brave Crackle. Guess you'll go on patrol alone. Brave Crackle heads out on an herb gathering patrol, searching for the evergreen, ever reliable horsetail to harvest for the herb storms. Okay. Brave Crackle snap. Brave Crackle snaps off the thick horsetail stem near the base of the plant, which reveals a small clump of moss. Brave Crackle drags the entire big, long shoot back to camp, where she diligently processes it down further into the smaller stem sections that are easily stored. Okay, what else? Oh, training. Patrol finds a nice spot to sun themselves. Royal Pala will make sure everyone gets a good basking spot as the cats pause for a little break before they resume their training. Um, maybe that one. Okay. Icicle Mask is the leader of the training group today and considered himself a good choice for the role. He's skilled at explaining things, which is especially beneficial for apprentices, if he can get them to listen, that is. Commanding attention, Icicle Mask takes the patrol through the familiar steps of the warrior code as they walk the territory. Have they considered what that truly means? Would they follow it to their own death, to their friends, to the kids? Have they deeply reflected on their dedication to the code? Uh, okay, let's see. Teaching, any of them good at teaching? The patrol wants to hold a training session for Dawnpaw. They decide to focus on how best to leap up a rocky cliff. Dawnpaw listens carefully as Bugpelt explains how to find paw holes and take advantage of the cliff's craggy surface. Uh, as Cotton Leg leads Midnight Paw to a training area, Midnight Paw stops her and asks with a serious look in his eye if Cotton Leg will teach him some advanced battle moves. Midnight Paw exclaims that he wants to be the best, better than any other clanmate or rogue, or loner or anyone. Midnight Paw wants to win every fight he is ever in, including spars. Cotton Leg snorts and agrees to help Midnight Paw achieve these lofty ambitions. Oh, so Midnight Paw is ambitious. Okay, which one? Okay. Raccoon Chop hides a fat rabbit on the other side of the Vixen clan border. A tempting opportunity to be sure, but it may not be wise to hunt on their allies' territory. Do not proceed. It's not worth ruining Eve clan's relationship with their ally. As the patrol is checking the borderlines, they hear an odd sound coming from just beyond the rock wall. Proceed. Volstock drops down into a hunting crouch, certain that a mouse must be the source of the noise. She finds herself to be correct when she pounces across the rocks and returns to the patrol with a tasty morsel dangling from her jaws. Yay! The patrol catches the scent of a mouse nearby. Pebble Mound locates the mouse and begins to stalk. The mouse nibbles on a seed, unaware of the hunting cat. Pebble Mound rattles her haunches and leaps, pinning the mouse beneath a paw as she makes the killing bite. Okay. I think we're good to go. Strikepaw was pushed under a monster by Pebble. What? Strikepaw was pushed under a monster by Pebble Mound? Ghostmouth was trying to fluff up his nest when he saw inside of his bedding. Another prank, but it could not fool him. Logpaw went for a long walk this morning, deep in thought. Nipplecid misstepped and slipped from a rock, but landed on his feet nimbly, his clanmates commenting on the show of dexterity. Cake Tangle's Tangle was badly injured by a fox. Stagpedal no longer has white cough. Stone Stripe's mangled leg is looking much better and seems to have healed well. Crystal Paw no longer has green cough. Okay. Plum Paw can walk without pain. Her cracked pads have healed. Shaded Paw feels relieved at the lack of pain in his head. His headache seems to have finally gone away. Dawn Paw has gotten a stomach ache. U Paw's claw wound was healed. U Paw has gotten a runny nose. Hold up, let me see. Hold up, Pebble Mound, where are you? You stay away from Light Kit. Hold on. Okay, show dead. Okay, I think it's time that we. Okay, it's time that we exile this cat. Cause seriously, there's one cat here that hates a certain cat, but they didn't go so far as to kill them. And also, Holly Hawkheart, you've been grieving for moons now. I'm sorry, but I think it's time for you to step down. Let's say retire. Which means we need a new deputy. Let's see. Oh, you mean Pebble Mound? Um, yeah, Pebble Mound just murdered one of the apprentices. So yeah, had to exile her. And as for Holly Hawkheart, he has been grieving for a few moons for one of his kids. I don't blame him, but it's been keeping him from doing his deputy duties. So I thought it's time for him to retire and, well, for someone else to take over. Let's see. Um, hmm, yep, there's Strikeball, the one that was killed. It's kind of getting hard to navigate. Let's see. Model Halo, there you are. Oh, you should read the books this game is based on. Hmm, but she seems young. Hmm, let me see. Okay, but I think I'll just let Tree Star choose the next deputy after I'm done doing patrols. Oh wait, who was Strike? I forgot who was Strike Paw's mentor. Um, so let's see. Wait. Let me see here. Let's see. Who were you interested in? Cotton Leg. Okay. Let's do training. Eagle Desk suggests this might be a good chance for the cats to practice teamwork, particularly with Midnight Paw. Everyone has a nice practice session, and their coordination with their clanmates grows stronger. Midnight Paw really gets into it, and Eagle Desk praises him for his focus and enthusiasm. So let's see. Oh wait, nah. You know what? You know what? Yeah, I'll promote her to deputy. In training. As Plumpaw falls over again, still not grasping how to shift her weight without move, Sunny Lotus watches her from the side of the training ring, seeing it apart from the rest of the patrol but not alone. The spirit beside her calls to Punpaw, a murmur that drifts in and out of Sunny Lotus's hearing, making her ears twitch. It isn't a bad advice, though. After another fall, Sunny Lotus pads forward to pass on the message. It can be difficult to interpret the words of those who've gone beyond, but seeing as the spirit has been sitting there yowling the same advice over and over again, Sunny Lotus deciphers the otherworldly message. Okay, while out collecting herbs, Whistlestep notices how quiet and dejected Shadedpaw is acting. After Whistlestep asks him what's wrong, Shadedpaw admits he doesn't feel cut out to be a medicine cat. Whistlestep tries to reassure Shadedpaw, but everything he says comes out all wrong. Eventually, Shadedpaw mumbles something about heading back to camp, trudging off with his tail hung low. Oh. Green Arrow waits until they are out of camp to reveal to Crystal Paw that they're off to find Catmint. A helpful group of helpers can be a little, well, unhelpful. Catmint is just too exciting for many of their clanmates to keep their heads down. Around. Crystal Paw loses his head over the Catmint, and Green Arrow is forced to cancel the gathering patrol to take him back to camp until he regains his sense. Flame Daisy and Batford take a look at their dwindling supply of herbs and decide to combine their efforts into searching for more. Flame Daisy and Batford decide to make a game of who can hunt the most herbs. They reunite when the sun is going down, walking into camp purring and playfully shoving each other with their mouths full of herbs. And go on patrol. Brave Crackle and Stone Stripe stroll through the territory, chatting while on their way to an herb patch they haven't visited in a while. Stone Stripe Deep in Thought asks Brave Crackle what she thinks the nature of StarClan is. Brave Crackle swishes her tail and asks what brought this on. It's just something she's been dwelling on recently, Stone Stripe explains, and she wanted the opinion of someone she trusts. Brave Crackle nods and says she'll think about it, but they've reached the herbs and have to pick them now. Okay. Hold on. Who does Mukpuk like? I'm doing good, Tio Skern. We just have a murder happen. Uh, Pebble Mound, murdered Strike Paw by pushing him into the Thunder Path, and he ended up being killed by a monster, so. Monster, aka a car. Put you on border patrol. Tree Star sees two kids from Vixen Clan playing across close to the border. Proceed. Tree Star wouldn't be able to forgive himself if something happened to those kids. He orders the patrol, say for Raccoon Shop, to return to camp, and Raccoon Shop and Tree Star go to bring the kids back to Vixen Clan. Well, actually, I'll have you out, and Liar Paw will go here, and this spot will be here, and time for training. The training patrol gathers around old Scat so that the apprentices can learn a sharp-toothed, ragged scent. Tempest Spot swishes her tail. Do the apprentices know what this predator used to be? Long ago there lived, Moral Paw interrupts Tempest Spot, trying to ask where she might find a sharp tooth to fight it. That is not the lesson here, and Tempest Spot stares down, her muzzle highly disapproving. Okay. Icicle Mask suggests this might be a good chance for the cats to practice new fighting techniques, particularly with the apprentices here to learn from them. Unfortunately, no one steps up to teach. It makes everything feel awkward and like a waste of time, and okay. Let's have them do hunting. Patrol hears a lot of barking and commotion. Do not proceed. Karlov makes decision to go to another part of the territory to hunt. They want no part of this ruckus. I don't want to. We just lost an apprentice. I don't want to lose any more. As the patrol spreads out to hunt, Gremlin Gale admits she thinks she had a vision from StarClan last night. That's kind of concerning, considering Gremlin Gale has a connection to the Dark Forest. Gremlin Gale notices Rerunner looking at her enviously and withdraws from the rest of the patrol, dismissing the dream as unimportant. Okay, with events. Model Star has become the new leader of the clan. They vow that they will protect the clan even at the cost of their 9 lives. What? Visit model to see their full leader ceremony. My gosh! Ruiner has been looking forward to his moons of rest as an elder. Hold on, I thought Tree Star had more lives! Ruiner has been looking forward to his moons as an elder. He happily retires, quickly sending to the elder's den. Okay, Cotton Leg sits in the crowd, chest puffed out in pride as she watches Midnight Paw be named Midnight Mallow, and honored for his leadership. She considers herself lucky to have been able to train such an amazing young cat, and looks forward to seeing the warrior he becomes. Model Star calls the clan to a meeting and declares Rhymepaw to be a warrior. She is now called Rhymestripe, and is celebrated for her bravery. Nimblepaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has been made an apprentice, with Raccoon Chop as his mentor. Molestar chooses Icicle Mask to take over as deputy. Okay. So wait, what happened to... Treestar faded more and more as the days went by until one day he was found dead in his nest. The leader has no lives left and has traveled to StarClan. How? He should have had more lives. Was it age? Kink Tangle died from a mangled tail. What? Lakepaw died from a snake bite? Model Hale gently licks Treestar's fur clean as Treestar once did for her in the nursery and blinks back tears. She's barely able to move her body and has to be gently guided to her nest, fatigue threatening to consume her. What? Stone Stripe wails when she sees the dead body of her parents, Kink Tangle, still lying still and cold. In the days to come, she barely stirs from her nest. The past moon, Tree Star, Kinktail, and Lake Paw have taken their place in StarClan. EveClan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss whatever they had been in their lives. Moments of their lives are shared in stories around the circle of mourners as those that were closest to them take them to their final resting place. So much grief and death has taken its toll on the cats of EveClan. Bugpelt and Dust Days are particularly shaken by it. My gosh! Pebble Mound was found near EveClan territory and driven out of the surrounding lands. Hercules Claw finds daisies while out on a walk and decides to keep them. Carlotta was seen arguing and borderline fighting with Loner. The clan has encountered Hickory. Pepperclaw no longer has green cough. Pepperclaw has gotten a stump. Pepperclaw, would you stay healthy? No longer has the Braveclaw has gotten a runny nose. Lakepot died from a snake bite. My gosh. It seems that Shaded Paw got a scratch on a part of his body he can't feel. The wound went unnoticed until the stench of infection began to wrap from it. Oh dear. Don Paw's stomachache has left. Oh dear. Oh boy. And of course she starts breathing. Okay. Oh man, both Lake Pa and Strike Pa are dead, and they had such short lives. Hmm. Okay, so oh, that's cute. Upa is trailing behind the patrol when there is a mighty clatter of stones from below him. He looks around wildly, just in time for the world to tip upside down as a scree slope behind him collapses. No! The patrol can't help Upa in time, and as Upa starts to drift off to Starkland, the eyes of Nimblepaw glint malevolently. Was this? Upa doesn't have a chance to finish his last thoughts. Nimblepaw? N- Wait, Nimblepaw? Upa! I'm half tempted to exile um, Nimblepaw, but I also want to see where this goes. No! Gathering together to train, Cherubheart noticed that some of the other cats in the training ring are starting without warming up properly. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Everyone stop. Let's go back to basics. Cherubheart, athletic and not mouse brain about it, redirects the training session to a demonstration of stretching. How to target one muscle group over another. What's a good pain that indicates you're increasing flexibility, and what's a bad pain that signals stop now? It's been a long day and a hard training session. Dusk slowly settles into the night as the cats lie in the training grounds. Warriors satisfied, apprentices utterly exhausted. Tempest Spot tilts her head back to stare up at the stars. Do you see them? Tempest Spot asks, hush and reverent. Plumpaw doesn't see anything. Plumpaw is face down in the dusk, asleep. Tempest Spot murps in amusement and gets up to carry the tuckered apprentice home. I don't know. I don't think Rhyme Stripe suits her. Suits. Oh. Um. Suits her, yeah. Rhyme Burst. Yeah, that works. While Freezepaw and Ghostmoth are out walking, Freezepaw seems preoccupied. When Ghostmoth brings their patrol to a halt and asks what's wrong, she feels he's been having a hard time sleeping. Her dreams are filled with shadows and images. Freezepaw isn't a kid anymore, and though Ghostmoth tries to be gentle about it, he makes it clear that it's Freezepaw's responsibility to make sure she's well rested and attentive for her training. Ooh. Does Freezepaw have a connection to the Dark Forest? Greener looks at the calm, cloudless sky and decides that it's a good opportunity to show Crystalpaw where some of the most commonly needed herbs are located in their territory, both on and uneven ground. Crystalpaw is focused and attentive, giving Greenear confidence that next time there is an emergency, Crystalpaw will be able to find the herbs he needs for both on even and uneven ground without him if needed. Okay, and while searching for some specific herbs, Flame Daisy is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. Sure thing that is a sign from StarClan, Flame Daisy follows this faint wailing. Instead, he finds a queen who lost her life and a harsh kidding. Their newborn kits clinging to a body that will never move again. Flame Daisy instantly wraps himself around the kits and orders Batfur back to camp to help find help and a queen willing to nurse them. Okay, so we have like 5 kits. Bleak's ghost now wonders, okay. While searching for some specific herbs, Whistlestep is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. Whistlestep follows the strange sounds on the wind and finds the bodies of an unknown queen with their kids beside them, slowly going cold. Pepperglow goes back to camp to find help bringing their bodies back to camp to pay respects. Oh dear. There's a lot of death today. So let's go hunting. It starts snowing soon after the patrol sets out, trying to bring back something for the fresh kill pile. Despite the snow, the patrol manages to hunt successfully, ambushing the rabbits, trying to feast on the fresh grass of New Leaf. As Carlotta leads the way home, a sense of security and competence drives them onwards. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh. Peter's Den. Outsiders. I'm going to be more picky about who I let in. Because I'm still salty about Pebble Mound killing one of the apprentices. And then there's Nimblepaw. And Carlotta's been resistant to retiring, but the aches and pains of old age have worn them down. They reproach Model Star and are honored for their tireless service. Surprising Cotton Lake, the first thing the Buzzard Paw does after her apprentice ceremony is gather moss just to make sure everyone has fresh bedding. Spore Paw remains calm as he touches noses with Bowthorn, but his twitching tail gives away how excited he truly is. The past moon, U-Paw has taken their place in our clan. Every clan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss the spot they took up in their lives. Moments of their life are shared in stories around the circle of mourners as those that were closest to them take them to their final resting place. This has been a long time coming. Carlotta and Hollyhock have become mates. These two have an ongoing and off-going relationship, it would seem. I'm sorry, I was taking this up and... Okay. Sunny Lotus was seen touching notices with someone from Hush Clan. Sunny Lotus. Whistlestep visits the other medicine cats. Stagpedal travels to Vixen Clan to resolve some recent herb gathering disputes, however, no progress was made. Sunny Lotus was seen touching okay. Puffwell feels much better, is no longer suffering from shock. Pepperglow's stomachache has left. Okay, so all the cats are healthy. Bye. I'm keeping my eye on you, Nimblepaw. Okay. Hopefully things calm down. As Icicle Mask leads Miss Pod to a training area, Miss Pod stops and asks with a serious look in his eyes if Icicle Mask will teach him some advanced battle moves. Miss Pod describes a future where he might be alone in his territory or even beyond the border and might need to take care of himself. Icicle Mask reassures Miss Pod that this is unlikely to happen to him anytime soon, but agrees to show him some moves. Both Thorn gathers the apprentices for a lesson. Long ago, before even Eve Clan's ancestors patted the world, there were three, the kin of fire who held the power of the stars in their paws. And while these three cats were more powerful than any before them, with both starlight and darkness bending to their will, this is the lesson that even the three did not succeed alone, that their power was helpful, but their clan was critical to fulfill their destined greatness. The patrol wants to hold a training session for Snowpaw. They decide to focus on how best to leap off a rocky cliff. Snowpaw listens carefully as Cherub Heart explains how to find paw holds and take advantage of the cliff's craggy surface. Who does Eagle dislike again? Oh, wait. Sunny Lotus suggests this might be a good chance for the cats to practice new hunting techniques, particularly with Plumpaw present. Everyone has a nice practice session, picking up a good selection of new tricks to try out on their next hunting patrol. Plumpaw really gets into it, and Sunny Lotus praises her for her focus and enthusiasm. A huge amount of prey is brought to camp. Okay. Wait. I guess Crystal Paws and making things easy. While searching for some specific herbs, Flame Daisy is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. Flame Daisy follows the strange sounds and. Okay. 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 So let's see. The leaders then. Outsiders. Hmm. Not sure. Okay, so events. First, I'm gonna check the births and deaths. Flame Daisy brought a litter of two kids back to camp, but refused to talk about their origin. Flame Daisy? Carlotta and Holly Hawkheart broke up. These two have an on and off again relationship. Some of the less sympathetic cats of Eve Clan would prefer to try to pack up a hairball rather than watch Carlotta and Holly Hawkheart melt in each other's direction. New mates can be insufferable. And they already broke up. My gosh, these two have a dysfunctional relationship. Stork Screech's rejection of Cherapart was very public. Everyone's still feeling awkward about it. Oh. So, okay, so Carlotta and Holly Hawkheart's eyes meet, and they purr with pride as Freezepaw steps forward to receive her new name, Freeze Spike, and is honored for her adaptability. Model Star has been following the progress of Plumpaw for moons and feels that it's finally time for her to get her warrior name. She's granted the name Plum Lily in honor of her caution. Rocksting gives Rattlepaw a friendly nudge when the leader calls the young cat's name. He watches with pride as Rattlepaw steps forward to receive his new name, Rattlespeckle, and is honored for his selflessness. Newly made apprentice Emberpaw touches noses with her mentor, uh, Gremlin Gale. Lightpaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has been made an apprentice, with Model Star as her mentor. Model Star picks herself up out of her nest and begins the day anew, a fresh conviction in her heart. Shaded pulse infection is gone. Okay, good. Oh boy. So many. So many. Okay. Bat Kit and Rhyme Kit. Okay, these two need new names. Only Tree. And they are half clan, okay. Flame Daisy. You have like 4 half clan babies. Flame Daisy. Okay, first of all, these two need new names. Change Yeah, brown kid is okay. This one. Buttercup. Buttercup kit. Okay. Huh, this one actually kind of looks like. Okay. Go on patrol. There's a spring in their step as the cats head out. Today looks like a good day for hunting. The hunting is easy and the company is good. That spring is still just as present in their steps as the patrol heads back to camp. Though perhaps the amount of prey they're all carrying makes it harder to see. A huge amount of prey. Okay, that's good. And Model Star will take Light Paw and do one-on-one training. Touring through this territory, Model Star spots a thrush and begins to quiz Lightpaw on what the best strategy is for catching it. Lightpaw tests the wind. She correctly identifies that because of the wind, she needs to approach the thrush from the side. Model Star purrs, complimenting her on how much she's learned. Once a million starts to tower over the other plants, it's a good time to harvest it. Greenear explains to Crystal Ball how million's height makes it easy to spot from a distance. Greenear spots the million plants by scrambling up onto a low rock and looking for their sapling-like fat, towering stems starting to poke over all other plants. Once he's called Crystal Ball up to have a look, he hops down to trot over and harvest them and nearly squish a thyme plant. Hey, he'll take that too. Okay. Shaded Paw heads out on what promises to be a fragrant patrol, searching for wild garlic. He proceed. Try as he might, Shaded Paw can't quite remember the exact shape of the garlic leaves and he isn't going to harvest from plants he hasn't confidently identified. Better safe than sorry, as they say. Oh, I forgot to add the whistle step there. Flame Daisy and Whistle Step take a look at their dwindling supply of herbs and decide to combine their efforts into searching for more. Flame Daisy and Whistle Step search and harvest any herbs they can get their paws on. Later that day, they reunite in front of the camp just as the sun is setting, both of their mouths stuffed full of herbs. Okay. While searching for some specific herbs, Badfur is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. Again? Sounds die away and then start up again in strange, unpredictable intervals. Investigating, Badfur suddenly finds himself nose to nose with a panting, bleeding queen, one desperately trying to keep their newborn litter quiet. Badfur brings the queen back to camp where the clan can assist. Storm joined the clan. World Kid joined the clan. Cecil Kid joined the I'm Kid. Okay. So Storm Stripe, because she has a stripe down her back. Okay, we have to rename these two. Chanterelle? What? Teasel Kit? Okay, Eagle Kit. Oh wait, no. We already have an eagle. I see. Scale, Flit. Okay, we'll go with Flit Kit. Oh, wow. Let's do one-on-one training because now I'm nervous about any traps. It is almost sundown, almost dawn when the deputy rouses Sporepaw for his assessment. He is meant to find Bowthorn posing as an enemy warrior somewhere on the territory and handle the situation. Bowthorn could be anywhere. Stucklashy Sporepaw heads out into the territory to find Bowthorn. By the time the sun starts to set, he's about to lose hope. However, he spots Bowthorn nibbling on a pigeon's wing. Imagining an enemy warrior, Sporepaw attacks Bowthorn and catches her off guard. After a brief tussle, Bowthorn admits defeat and guides Sporepaw home. Okay. Emperor Paw is tempted to eat the prey she had just caught. After all, she's only practiced hunting, right? And since it's technically not a true hunting patrol, it's technically hers, right? No. Emperor Paul decides against breaking the warrior code, resisting the temptation. Touring through the territory, Cotton Leg spots a thrush and begins to quiz Buzzard Paw on what the best strategy is for catching it. Buzzard Paw tests the wind. She correctly identifies that because of the wind, she'd need to approach the thrush from the side. Cotton Leg purrs, complimenting her on how much she's learned. Okay. Raccoon Chop is surprised when Nimblepaw makes a mistake on a simple move Raccoon Chop thought he had mastered. Before Raccoon Chop can say anything, Nimblepaw's wandered out of the training grounds. When Raccoon Chop finds him huddled in camp, he sobs out a confession. He will never be ready to be a warrior. Raccoon Chop lashes his tail. Of course Nimblepaw will never be a warrior if he thinks like that. Eve Clan doesn't want warriors who think like that. Half of glory, he explains, is believing you deserve it. Raccoon Chop challenges Nimblepaw, focus on that. When Raccoon Chop and Nimblepaw return to the training grounds, the other trainees notice Nimblepaw fighting with a newfound vigor. Snowpaw and Stork Screech. The cats head out into the forest slopes, hiding from the heat of Greenleaf. Stork Screech leads them towards a massive, messy eagle nest. Okay, proceed. Snowpaw screws up her face in confusion. Weren't they here to learn about hummingbirds, not eagles? Stork Screech, in a low whisper, carefully points out that the tiny nest sitting in the shadow of the big one. Hummingbirds use the big predator's nest to conceal and protect their own tiny ones, he explains. Sherpard wanders past an old badger set dug into the. There's a new scent here, acrid and sour. Calling the rest of the patrol over, the cats discuss their next move. If a badger has moved in, they need to confirm it. Sherpard comes up with a plan, pushing loose rocks in front of the set's mouth. The cats will be able to come back tomorrow to see if anything has shoved them out of the way. Okay. Okay. With Eagle Dusk in the lead, the cats round a corner in the mountain path and come across a flat mountain meadow, transformed by a green leaf into a carpet of sunny, bright flowers. Tompa sticks her nose down in the soft dew-covered meadow grass, searching for prey scent, but Eagle Dusk's tail flicks under her chin, popping her head up. She gasps. Above her, a male hummingbird hovers, his full breeding plumage flashing brilliantly in the sun. While Liarpaw and Tempestspot are out walking, Liarpaw seems preoccupied. When Tempestspot brings their patrol to a halt, she asks what's wrong. She reveals she's been having a hard time sleeping. Um, Her dreams are filled with shadows and images. Tempestspot listens sympathetically, gently nodding as Liarpaw pours out her troubles until the apprentice eventually runs out of words. She's been dealing with a lot, apparently, and while Tempestspot isn't too sure what to do, she can offer support and time away from Liarpaw's troubles. Just that it is already enough to make Liarpaw's ears stop dripping. Okay. The patrol comes across a shrew. Volstock drops into a crouch and silently treads towards the shrew. At the last second, the shrew looks up, but Volstock is quick to pounce and cut off its escape. The Fig Patrol spots a batter making a den on Fig Clan territory. Okay, I'm not sure what to do here. Let's see what happens if we antagonize the badger. He continues his patrol, and sometime later, a patrol. Oh. I misunderstood. I thought we were antagonizing the badger. Oh, boy. Fig Clan. Okay, praise. Try to. Let's hope that doesn't. Eyes glowing with the last rays of the sunset, the small hunting party heads out into the gathering dusk. Oh, it's the perfect time of day. The cats melting in and out of their territory's shadowy cover as their successes begin to pile up. At first, there's only a couple of pieces of prey, then more and more and more, until finally Buckpelt calls off the patrol, not because the prey has escaped them, but because they are going to have trouble carrying it all home. Okay. Time skip 1 moon. Okay. Bugpelt was taking some prey from the fresh kill, only to find a horde of rats. Okay. Snowpaw was taking some prey from. Gremlin Gale announced that she is expecting kits. She doesn't believe she can efficiently perform her duties while expecting kits and decides to move into the. What? Model Star calls the clan to a meeting and declares Liarpaw to be a warrior. She is now called Liar Runner and is celebrated for her cunning. Model Star has been following the progress of Dawnpaw for moons and feels that it is finally time for her to get her warrior name. She's granted the name Dawn Poppy in honor of her morale. Eh? Okay, Okay, Bugpelt was taking some prey from the fresh kill pile only to find a horde of rats. While Bugpelt managed to fight every last rat. He got injured in the process. Carlotta had a bad fall while taking a walk through the territory, returning to camp sore and bruised. Ghostmoth has gotten a stomach ache. Stone Stripe will always feel grief, but time has softened it at least a little. Rattlespeckle overdid his last sparring session and sprained a paw. Snowpaw was taking some prey from the fresh kill pile, only to find a horde of rats. While Snowpaw managed to fight off every last rat, she got injured in the process. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Whose kids? Oh, you Paul. Okay. Okay, so how do I actually see, like, oh, okay. Mala Hale leaves to speak with StarClan. She closes her eyes and is immediately surrounded by her loved ones, friends, and clanmates who have passed on. Stars shine out their pelts and their eyes are warm as they greet the new leader. Wu Noi steps forward to give Model Hale a life for confidence. Model Hale grits her teeth as the life rushes into her. The calm whisper that Model Hale should keep her ambitions in check and not lose herself to greed. Flurry Fade delivers a life for friendship. Firefreckle walks up to Model Hale, offering a life for certainty. She smiles and states that the clan will do well under Model Hale's leadership. Alpaca Tough strides forward, an energy in her steps that wasn't present in her last moments. She gives a life up for integrity. Lays two steps in front of Model Hale, a worried look crossing her features for a moment before she shakes her head. She presses her muzzle against Model Hale's and gives her a life for acceptance. Ice Speckle walks up to Model Hale, offering a life for mercy. She smiles and states that the clan will do well under Model Hale's leadership. Emerging from the line comes Oleander Kit, a quiet calm to him despite his small stature. He very carefully offers a life for patience, sounding as though he's trying very hard to remember the right words to say. Once finished, he rushes back to the line of starry pelts. A young cat emerges from the starry rings to give a life. Starlight reflects of his youthful eyes. Strikepaw Strikepaw stretches up to give a life for honesty. Finally, Tree Star steps forward. There is pride in his gaze as he stares into Model Hale's eyes. He gives a life for the strength to overcome her fears. Tree Stars hails Model Hale by her new name. Model Star telling her that her old life is no more. She is granted guardianship of Eve Clan and is told to use her new power wisely. The group of starry cats yell Model Star's name in support. Model Star wakes up feeling a new strength within her body and she knows she's now ready to lead the clan. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. We'll see you, Teal Skirt. Okay, let me see. Hmm. I didn't realize I could do this. Okay. Mediate. This meteor has already worked this moon. This pair has already been mediated. Okay. Okay. See. I believe I saw someone having a very strong dislike of a certain someone. Okay, so it's Stag Pedal and Privet Dapple. Okay. And Privet Dapple. So, mediate. Oh, let's check out the apprentices. I don't want another. Okay, let me see. Rockstein. Okay, so see. Okay, let's do this. Nimblepaw seems to have murderous tendencies, so okay. Don't want. Okay, so mediate and training. While Star feels overwhelmed trying to train by herself. Okay. The patrol meets Fig Clan, a clan they consider to be allies at the border. Proceed. Nimblepaw approaches the other patrol first, calling out a greeting and then remarking on the recent battle between Fig Clan and one of the other clans. Nimblepaw compliments the Fig Clan cats on their battle prowess. Greenleaf is truly the best time of year to be a medicine cat. With a world so full of flowers and green growth, Green Ear heads out to gather fresh mallow for the stores with Crystal Paw. Uh, okay, that's a lot to read. Maybe have Flame Daisy add in. Listen to the wisdom of the sages. Whistlepaw steps, meows. Shadedpaw doesn't just learn to set the bones and clean wounds. Being a medicine cat is so much more than blood and bodies. Homesick. Some sicknesses aren't physical but live in the mind instead. Whistle Step instructs. It's very normal, and just as a clanmate with a twisted leg is just as loved and valued as one who can run without pain, an illness that is mental is just as valid of a struggle. Those cats are just as loved and supported in their needs. And now go on patrol. As the Medicine Cat's patrol pads out into the Eve Clan territory, Pepperclow tells Batfur about the dream that he had last night and what the Star Clan vision could mean for Eve Clan. Batfur's eyes go wide for puffing up and tells Pepperglow that his dream is a warning of death and destruction, thoroughly freaking out Pepperglow out and bringing Anise to the patrol. Brave Crackle and Stonestripe stroll through the territory, chatting while on their way to an herb patch they haven't visited in a while. Stonestripe tries to converse, but Brave Crackle just snaps at her to focus on gathering herbs. Horse tail was gathered. And both Thorin wanderers pass an old. Okay. Calling the rest of the patrol over. Okay. Let's see. Emberpaw. Try no firmer, apprentices. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Wait. And train. As the patrol gathers together to train under Bugpelt's leadership, Emberpaw admits she thinks she had a vision from StarClan. Emberpaw notices Bugpelt looking at her enviously, so Emberpaw withdraws from the rest of the patrol and dismisses the dream as unimportant. Bugpelt! Legend tell of the first clan cat that, upon her death, created the stars above and below. Snowdrift just off for a catnap as Terrapart speaks. Okay. Hold up. Hi. Helen. Sorry about that. Let's see. Uh, I have some of you. I notice a lot of them don't have any hunting, sharp hunting skills, so I'm just. A lot of them have mediating skills. So There's okay. Border patrol. As the patrol is marking the border lines, a gang of rogues leap from behind and tumble rocks. An ambush! Proceed. The rogues are terrifyingly coordinated and use the patrol's shock and confusion against them. The patrol cats are picked off one by one. Only a couple manage to escape. What? Sunny Lotus died. Soot Freckle died. Tugbat Spots died. Ghost Spot died. Eagle Dusk died. No! Ah! I keep making mistakes. Right. Sir. And we lost Stork Screech. My gosh. Oh boy. Oh. Green here avoids Soot Freckle's vigil. The sight of her slumped body is more than. Oh boy. Inspired by Questral Pos patients, Greenier names him Questral Noise and welcomes him as a full medicine cat. Model Star rests her muzzle on Miss Spot's head, declares him to be a full warrior of Eve Clan, honoring his intelligence. Dawnpaw sees how nervous Weedpaw is and whispers a quiet encouragement to him as they touch noses, promising to be a good mentor to him. Flamepaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has been made an apprentice, with Miss Spots as his mentor. Okay, we lost a lot of cats. See? It's time for me to go. But oh my gosh, that was a lot. Oh. Wow, you have bright eyes. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh, so thank you all who have come to watch my stream, and don't forget to check out my Ko-fi page where I do art commissions. And I wish you all a wonderful life. Okay? Okay.